Good morning, everyone. Welcome to day 56. As you can see, I'm not actually walking at the moment. I'm still in my hobbit hut, whatever they're called. I will be leaving soon, but I just thought I'd take a bit of a slower start to today and enjoy the moment. So today I've got about 15.5 miles. It's a little bit further than I originally thought, but that's because I finished a bit earlier yesterday. In my planning, I'd planned to get to Drymen, but the Drymen campsite is actually before Drymen, if you get what I mean. So anyway, so I've got about 15.5 miles to go. I am actually going to go up to Connachill, I think, because it will be worth the sight, worth the view. It's a beautiful panorama of Loch Lomond when you get to the top, so it's definitely worth doing. But it should be a good day. I'm looking forward to it. So that's me now, back out on the road, and heading now to the point at which I get closest to Drymen, and then I'll be cutting off to go up to Connachill. So don't actually go into Drymen, don't need to go into Drymen. I don't need any supplies or anything, so I've got everything I need. And it's a bit cooler today, which is quite nice actually, because it was lovely, but it was very, very hot yesterday, and it's quite tiring when you're walking in the heat. But it's due to all this stuff's due to burn away, so it will get warmer. But I'm enjoying the coolness of the morning. Right, onwards. So that hill there is my initial destination. That's Connachill. So I'll be going over the top of there. Once you go over the top of there, you can probably, just in the distance, you may be able to see it or not. That's where Loch Lomond is, and hopefully the cloud will have burnt off by then, and we'll see Loch Lomond in all its beauty. But anyway, carrying on. Just a quick note as well for those of you guys that are using this video to plan your own route. Drymen campsite was really good. It was definitely worth a stay. I've never stayed there before. I've always pushed on to either wild camp just at the base of Connachill, which you can do, or push on to Sallochy, which I've done before as well. That makes it for a very long day though. Staying at Drymen campsite was really great. They've got food, or you can access food. They've got snacks you can buy there, but the next door to them is a bed and breakfast, and they do pizzas, so you can have those delivered. So that's a nice little treat. You can get a pod if you want, or you can camp. They've got electrical charging points, so showers and all the rest of it, so really, really good little campsite. And I think definitely if you're planning on doing a long walk, these little things that make you just a bit of comfort just really help for the next few days. So Drymen campsite, worth putting in your book, at least as a possibility. So if I was heading down to Tindrum, that would be the direction which I would go. But I'm going straight on, so off we go. So this is the Garavan, or Garaban. I think it's van though. It's pronounced Gallically. Gaelically, I can't remember which one it is now. Anyway, that one, the Garavan Forest. It's a classic Forest Land Scotland plantation, although I have to say increasingly it looks like there's more mixed planting, which is really, really good. And I think they're really trying to make an effort now to mix up the various species of trees in the forest, which is so important. But anyway, it's brilliant because I keep coming upon waves of walkers. It looks like, I don't know if there's some physics involved here, but you tend to find them like all in groups. I don't know whether they all start out in groups separately or just manage to join up together, but like you'll get a group of one and then a group of another. So it's brilliant because you get to chat to them as you go by, and you also get the peace and the quiet of the forest, which is lovely. So just as a point of note, this is where the West Highland Way cuts across the Rob Roy Way, and the Rob Roy Way takes you that way to Aberfoyle. But we're heading into the Drymen forest again, down to Conikill. Coming up to my next pulse of walkers. Yay! Saw some primroses. That's the first lot I've seen since, oh, it's got to be the Pennine Way. Or was it in the Borders? I might have seen her once in the Borders. But it's certainly been a while, isn't it? Who would have thought that, eh? Right near Loch Lomond. They must think I'm mad. The one thing I can't get over is just how many people from other countries are here. It's phenomenal. The vast majority of walkers are not British. They're mostly, I would say, European. There are a good smattering of Americans and Canadians, and also Australians and New Zealanders. So, just been amazed, and just the odd one or two Brit. Which is great in one way, but not in another. This is a fantastic trail on our own doorstep. Anyway, I'm glad people are enjoying it. Loch Lomond. Not there yet. So this is Loch Lomond. My destination now is that wee little hill there called Conikill. But to get there, I've got to go around this way. See the guy behind me there? That's John from New Zealand, and we just had good weather. It was great, just like swapping hiking stories and things that we've done or would like to do now that we're retired. And John was telling me about the Tour de Mont Blanc, which is about a 100-mile walk around the base of the French mountain Mont Blanc, and he said it's one of the best ones he's ever done in his life. So maybe that's on my list for the future. I wonder if my wife Anna would like to come along and see that one, or do that one even. But he also mentioned the PCT, but I probably wouldn't get approval for that from anybody, so maybe not that one. But anyway, my next challenge, this little beauty here. I tell you what, it looks a whole lot bigger in real life than it does on this. sure if you can see everyone that's climbing up to the top. Could not climb there. That's where I've come from. That's Loch Lomond. That's where I'm going to. But first, still got to climb this hill. How beautiful is that, eh? Fantastic. That's where I'm going. So this is the new stone pathway that they've put in to protect Conic Hill. It obviously makes it a lot firmer and stops the erosion that's happened on it, which was pretty bad to be fair, but it's pretty tough going on it, and I can't say I'm a fan. But I guess it's a bit like the Pennine Way in some respects, is that it was so heavily used that the land itself was becoming damaged by the footfall, and they've had to do something about it. But I'm going to stop now before I stack it. So I've been walking now for over 800 miles. That's the shakiest my legs have been coming down the hill. They're like... That was not easy, that descent from Conic Hill with these new stones in, I have to say. I think I preferred the old way, but I understand why they've done the new way. But it's me now coming down to Balmaha. So I remember in the recent storms, this path was closed for a number of weeks because of trees that had fallen. You now just begin to see just quite how extensive that collapse of trees was. That must have been really tough clearing this lot. Famous statue of Tom Weir, who did so much for hiking in Scotland and particularly in Loch Lomond. That's me leaving Balmaha. I had a cake, well, a pie that was pretty rubbish if I'm honest, but yeah. The next step now is on to Sallochy, but I'll be going along the loch side and then up across into the hills. So that'll be nice. But along the loch side first. Well, that's encouraging, but that is my way. It looks beautiful, doesn't it? I've got to walk that whole way yet. Oh, I love this trail, but this one I remember, particularly from Inversnaid onwards, is a toughie. Beautiful but tough. So that's the sun breaking through, and I'm on the lock side now, so very happy. And I now follow this for about 20 miles, 25 miles, 26 miles, something like that. So certainly all of today and all of 99% of tomorrow with the lads. I'll be on this stretch, and it normally takes 2 days. You can do it in one, but it's a brutal walk in one day. I'd definitely recommend it to take at least 2 days. So yeah, looking forward to it. Looking forward to tomorrow with the boys, although they'll be joining me tonight, but probably won't get that on video. But look how you get treated to these spectacular views. This is it now. It just starts getting better and better and better. And you wait till we get into the Cape. That's going to be awesome. On the west coast, going up through Noida, over by Warwick and all that area. It's got to be seen to be believed. And that's all to come yet. So this is Millerochy Bay, the campsite here. It's the first one that you come across on the lock, and there's another one further along called Cashel, which in my view is probably a better one to go for. And then the furthest one, if you want to do the walk in 2 days along Loch Lomond, then is Sallochy, which is the one we're heading to today. So just over there is Cashel campsite, where I stayed before with Josh, and now I'm heading on to Sallochy, which is probably about another 3.5 miles. This is absolutely amazing. The sun is beating down, but the wonderful thing about this part of the trail is we're often walking through forest, so you get this beautiful shade and a nice gentle cooling breeze, which is lovely. So this is me at Sallochy. I was here actually a lot quicker than I thought. I must have put it wrong on the map, and but anyway, we've arrived, and I've now just got to set up my tent and wait for the lads to arrive later on this evening. I've actually moved us. We were originally along the lock side, which sounds better, but actually they're literally right on the path, and the ground is rock hard, and I don't think it'd be great for putting the tents up or sleeping tonight. And I think this way's a bit better because we're also nearer benches and things like that to be able to cook. So yeah, much happier. See you in a bit. So that's me set up my tent. I thought I'd probably just give you a quick run. So this is the Z-Pax Duplex Zip. So it's made of Dyneema, so it becomes incredibly light. The whole tent with a ground sheet as well is about 700 grams, so less than a kilogram. Makes it very, very light to carry. It's also totally waterproof, so it doesn't absorb any water either. And it's a great trekking pole tent, really. It's the best thing I've ever had. In terms of setup, it's really easy. It's a trekking pole tent, so you use your own trekking poles to act as the mainstays of support. The only downside to a Dyneema tent is that they tend to let in a lot of light, so you have to, if you want to get a good night's sleep, probably need to wear an eye mask. But apart from that, it's the perfect tent. I love it. So I'll sign off here. It's been a great day's walking. Really, really enjoyed it. Literally perfect weather in a way. Really, really couldn't be asking for anything better. And absolutely so looking forward to the lads getting here, and then walking tomorrow from here through to Bainglass, going through the infamous Inversnaid area, which is probably the most difficult part of this walk, and it's by no means an easy little stretch of walking, and we've got the best weather for it though, so that's good. Anyway, thank you for walking with me, and I will see you again tomorrow. Bye.